All right, guys, joining us now from the Texas Rangers baseball hotline, all the way from Houston, Texas. It is Texas Rangers infielder, second baseman, shortstop, whatever we're going to call it, Josh Smith. Josh, thanks for coming on with us.
How's it going, guys? Thank you guys for having me. What an intro. The getting Smithy with it, shortstop, second, outfield. Love it.
Which one do you want to be referred to as?
Get me in the lineup. I don't really care.
Put me in, coach. That's
yeah. Let me hit a little bit.
Evolving. Where you play appears to be evolving, or potentially.
Yeah. I honestly, right now, where I play, I guess I'm still a shortstop right now, but what comes in the future, I'm not really sure. But honestly, just really excited for this season, kind of getting close and everything. So starting to heat up a little bit and can't wait.
Okay, so what are you doing right now from a workout perspective?
Yeah, so I will doing a little bit of speed work, pretty much daily, just more warm up type, some sled work, trying to get faster, weightlifting, and hitting every day, throwing every day, and I'll probably start doing some ground balls here pretty soon.
Are you working out with buddies or old teammates? Who you work out with?
Yeah, so I work out at a place called DST in Houston, and it's a bunch of pro guys. They have like 3 different sessions, and so there's pro guys from all over, minor league guys, big league guys. So it's pretty cool, and it's a good group to work out with.
All right, and you were in town Monday at the ballpark at your first look at it, but you also did kind of, and I hate to make you repeat yourself, but you did talk about the likelihood that you might have to become a little more versatile with the additions of Seager and Semien. First of all, it sounds like you're excited that those guys are on the team, but then kind of you got something you're gonna have to tackle here.
Yeah, so I mean, like obviously me as a minor leaguer, you're always looking who's in front of me. What do I got to do to get there? And the 2 guys they just signed, Seager and Semien, can obviously really play, and I think it's a pretty cool opportunity to hopefully get to play with those guys because they ultimately make your team better. And so I think that'd be a really, really cool opportunity. Like I said, I haven't really been told that I'm going to be a kind of utility guy, but I mean, I think it's almost kind of obvious that probably will. And I'm excited for that opportunity if it comes.
When's the last time you played the outfield, or have you ever played the outfield?
I've never played the outfield, but right. I'll probably need to start taking some outfield fly balls. Really only played shortstop, played third base my freshman year at LSU, and then I played second base when I was younger. So.
Okay. But I mean, you are looking at your profile and your history and things you've done. You can do a lot on a baseball field with the bat. So for people who didn't see you in Frisco, people who stopped paying attention to the Rangers after they traded Joey Gallo, talk about yourself. What's Josh Smith's scouting report on Josh Smith?
Yeah, so I feel like I consider myself as the number one trait for me is just consistent. People can say whatever they want, and you're not going to come to the park and see this 5'8" kid and say, "God, that kid just ball explodes off his bat. He's got a cannon arm," And so I try to take pride in showing up every day, being consistent. That's something I've always done. I try to just lead by example, have fun. Honestly, I show up to the field every day, just blessed to get to go there. And really, I think just if you go back and kind of look at my career, not bragging on myself or anything, but I've always kind of been consistent, and that's one thing that I hopeful will take me along in this game, and so we'll see.
We're all for bragging. Cole Winn, he has declared himself the best golfer on the Rangers team already. Right?
That might be true.
he had really no problem saying it either. I mean, and so if you want to brag, feel free to brag. You can brag about anything.
Yeah, I'm an unbelievable YouTuber, so that's mine.
That's pretty
We're going to get into that in my portion of it.
We need to figure out how to monetize this thing a little bit better. So so you played basically 7 weeks, I guess, in the Rangers organization. You started in Hickory, then moved up to Frisco. what were your first impressions of the organization and kind of the talent level that you played with?
So my first like picture of the team was like, dang, these guys, they play hard. I really like that. And not saying the Yankees didn't play hard, but it's baseball no matter where you go. And I thought that was pretty cool. But the energy and like the compassion you could see in every player, the coaching staff, that was really, really fun to be around. They want to win. I know sometimes in the minor leagues, people get away from winning, and I know these guys want to win, and so that was very cool.
Yeah, a good group of guys too. I mean, we've had a lot of them on our podcast, and
Character.
just all good guys.
Character, yeah, that's a big thing they preach in this organization. So I found out, and if you go back and look at any of the teams who've won World Series, they all have pretty good team character, great bonds, and I think the Rangers are doing something special by putting together these kids.
Yeah, and so talk about what went down Monday at the ballpark. Kind of while you guys were there, it sounds like seminars, but not like lectures. Kind of sounded like kind of casual conversations with some like the front office, the manager,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah. So it was there was, I want to say 7 or 8 guys, something like that. Really just like a kind of small group setting. We'd have some talks here and there with the top dogs, get to know them a little bit, and them get to know us a little bit better. Just kind of talk about values and expectations and things they can improve on, things we can improve on. Really just showing you a lot of like the behind the scenes work, with their hitting, their pitching, their front office. We took a front office tour and got to see how many people are involved, and what a staff. That's it's crazy what goes behind the operations of the game, and pretty blessed to be where we are.
Yeah, it's I guess this is year 15. This will be season 15 for me covering the team, and whenever I go to Surprise, it's like dozens of people I've never seen before. And I don't know if we're supposed to be able to see them, because they kind of keep the analytics people like back in a dark room, I think somewhere. But I mean, they're everywhere, and I think the staff is
Yeah.
like in the last 2 or 3 years. Honestly, I think the staff has increased by like 100 to 200 people. Legitimately, they've made that kind of investment into it, and it's crazy. So, do you like the analytics stuff?
So for me, I like the analytics stuff a lot, and but I don't try to get too caught up in it, if that makes sense. So
Mm.
I like seeing my numbers and seeing how hard I hit the ball and the spin and everything like that. But also, I'm not trying to get away from the guy I am, and I'm not trying to hit balls 124 miles an hour because it would give me a better chance of getting on base, because I literally can't do that. And so I try to focus on just being myself, and wherever I see the analytics can improve me, I try to go with that.
They put the analytics on the big scoreboard at Globe Life Field every at bat, every pitch. Um, they'll put exit velocity on the foul balls. I mean, it all comes off. So it seems like that, and Donnie Ecker, I think, also wants the community, the Ranger fan, to kind of embrace it, because he said that's going to be the language. Is that
Yeah.
is that a language you learned at LSU, or is that something you've just kind of gradually picked up?
Yeah, so my first couple, honestly, my first year or two at LSU, it was getting there, the analytics and the exit velo and all this stuff, but it wasn't fully there until like my junior year, and really experienced it my first year in pro ball with the Yankees. Just how important that stuff is. That's the way the game's going, whether you like it or you don't like it. And so it's the guys who can adapt to it, I think, are the ones who will go far in the game and use it to their advantage. And honestly, but like I said, just can't let it consume you. You still got to be yourself.
Yeah. Speaking of the Yankees, I mean, they're what, 28 World Series, kind of the
27.
27. Well, whatever. The it's a big number. They're the, I guess, the model franchise. The Rangers have never won a World Series. So, but what similarities do you see in the Rangers and the Yankees?
Yeah, well, first off, my time with the Yankees was awesome. I loved every second of it, but I'm extremely happy to be here. And really, just the similarities, in my opinion, are the markets of the teams. they're willing to spend the money, as you can tell. They have a big city, big fans following. One's in New York, and then one's in Dallas, Texas, Arlington, Texas, and they're big cities, big markets. Fans are really into it, and I think that's really cool. And really, just you can kind of feel just the expectations of the Rangers organizations creeping back to where they were in 2010 and 11 when they were dominant. And I'm excited.
Yeah, you talk about the player investments, the $500 million they spent. The ballpark you were in cost 1.2 billion, and they're on the hook for most of that. I mean, what did you think of that place?
That place is special, man. I've never seen anything even close to that. They have a sleep pod, and you can take naps in there. So I'm like, yeah, this thing has everything, man.
I need one of those.
Yeah, I know. I might get in there a couple of times if I make it up, but really
when you make it up.
There we go. Hopefully. And I was honestly just kind of overwhelmed at first. It's like, dang, there's a baseball field inside of this place,
Mm-hmm.
But I think LSU, to a degree, prepared me a little bit. But I know the big leagues is a different dog. So
Sure.
really just hoping one day I'll get there and get to experience it fully.
Yeah, we the writers haven't been allowed in major league clubhouses during the COVID era. So 2020 and last year we couldn't go in there. But after the season was over, they gave us a tour of the clubhouse. It was unbelievable. Like the weight
I still
room,
haven't seen it.
weight room's like a 24-hour fitness, and like the pool area, the floor, the way the floors are made, so that you can just get off and drip, and the floors don't get wet. It's unbelievable.
I know every detail in there you could tell was extremely thought out, and it's special.
Yeah, no, I mean it would be perfect for like parents with little kids who just don't know how to dry themselves off for whatever reason. They just get out of the shower and go. Like, hey,
just get out of here
on the floor for a little while. That'd be fine.
Okay, so I can ask both of y'all this, since I didn't. Jeff, you got to go tour it. I wasn't there that day, so I didn't tour it. He just got to do it. Josh just got to do it. Does the visiting side have the same thing?
No,
I actually have no clue. I didn't see that part.
I mean, we didn't either, but I mean, it's not going to be as nice. Now, I mean, there are not in clubhouses in the major leagues. The Yankee Stadium is probably the nicest. I mean, and believe it or not, Tampa Bay has a really nice visiting clubhouse. It's large. Everybody talks about how food is. So, like players actually like going to Tampa.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah, talking to some of them.
The amenities are very good, but but then you can run into places like Oakland, and the visiting clubhouse is a disaster. I mean, the whole place is a disaster. But really,
I've never seen any of them.
Yeah, and like Wrigley Field, tiny, Fenway, tiny. I mean, it's pretty. It varies, but like the Yankees are probably the best one, and then I would guess this one's great, but we haven't been in it either. But
I know, I would assume it's pretty good. So
yeah, we've never heard a visiting team complain about their clubhouse.
Their accommodations.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and now you did get traded, and this will kind of segue into what John's going to ask you about. What was that like?
Yeah, that was really, really crazy. I weirdly always had a feeling that I was going to get traded. I don't know why, but when it hit and that day hit and I found out, I was like, wow, my world just completely changed in literally 3 minutes from me finding out. And so I found out in the 6th inning from one of our guys. He was like, bro, did you hear? And I was like, yeah, man, we're trading for Gallo. And I was like, for who? And he was like, he did like this. He goes, I was like, me? I said,
for those that can't see that, he opened his eyes wide. Well, there will be a video.
I was like, me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, me? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And I turn around, see my wife in the stand. She's like thumbs up and stuff. And so she didn't know if I was happy or sad. And I gave her one back. And so it was fun because I was excited. It's a new opportunity. And so.
Yeah. And I mean, and you didn't go by yourself because Duran went with you. And so at least you had a little familiarity in an entirely new place, an entirely new part of the country.
That definitely helped out. So I played with Duran and Trevor I didn't get to play with Glenn Otto, but I do
Mhm.
know him. But having those two guys with me, man, when he got traded and my wife, like that helped out a ton, just because like you weren't on your own, you had people to rely on, and so that made it a lot easier.
Yeah. All right. John plays the good cop. I play the bad cop and ask all the baseball questions. So it's
There you
time
go.
for John to take you off the hook here.
Yeah. So yeah,
There we
you were.
go.
Yeah, he was really just throwing fastballs high and up and inside there, wasn't he? As he did it. Hey,
Oh
let me
yeah.
ask you this. So you're from Catholic High School at Baton Rouge, Louisiana, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's where LSU is. So I'm assuming you were an LSU fan anyway. Did you play any other sports when you were growing up or in high school?
So I played football my freshman year of I played football my freshman year of high school and then quit because the guy in front of me was a guy named Darius Geis who played in the
Oh,
NFL, and a guy behind me was named Clyde Edwards-Hilaire who is playing with
Holy
the
moly.
Chiefs right now. So I was like,
Holy
you know what?
cow.
I'm done. I'm tired of scout team.
what? So okay, I know baseball players. Are they wide receivers or defensive backs? What are they?
They're running
I
backs.
was
You
yeah,
were a running back.
I was a running back. I probably should have got smart and played a little slot back or something like that, but
Okay,
I
so
think
okay, go ahead. What were you saying, Jeff?
you got smart and got off the football field.
yeah.
That's the smart thing.
Did you say you're
Yeah,
five? Did you
one
say
step
you're 5'8"?
doesn't work. 5'8", yes,
Okay, so
5'8",
you're
5'9", floating in between. I think I'm like 5'8 3/4". Give myself an inch. Call me 5'9".
We're gonna
okay.
round up.
That's about my height.
Yeah,
That's about
there
where
we
I
go.
am. And I was always listed taller. I think I was always listed
Yeah.
5'10" when I played. I didn't weigh 130 pounds but I played high school football too. But
Okay.
way back when I played, being my size wasn't a big deterrent. I mean,
Yeah, there's some big boys now, man. I'm
oh
glad I
my
got out of that sport.
I couldn't get on the field. Yeah, I mean, I have a daughter your age, so that's to tell you how long ago it was. So let me ask you this now: when did you find out that you were going to be good enough to get drafted? You got drafted out of high school by the Tigers in the 38th round. When did you start noticing, hey, scouts are actually talking to me? Was it your senior year, your junior year?
So I really, honestly, up until I was about 13, 14 years old, I was always good, but I was really small. And so like I actually on one of my teams, like didn't play, like batted ninth when I did play, or I played, but just batted ninth, played second every now and then, sit every now and then. And so I got to high school, played, and I kind of developed a little bit, play with my own age. And my freshman year, had a really good year. We won our state championship that year, and then really just committed to LSU my sophomore year. Had some scouts really kind of start talking to me my junior year, but then my senior year had some scouts like come watch me play and practice, and so that was pretty cool to get drafted out of high school.
Yeah, but there wasn't really. I mean, 38th round, you weren't going to go. I'm sure the money wasn't there,
Yeah,
but you
no,
were committed.
yeah, I set my number extremely high out of high school just because my dream was number one to go to LSU, and I wanted to do that.
So I have a feeling I know what this answer will be, but LSU, of course, was there any other school interested or that you had any interest in?
I didn't have any interest in any other schools, but Mississippi State was actually the first one to like really get on me, and I think that actually pressured LSU into offer me a little bit, and so, but it was never a doubt I wanted to go to LSU.
That you wanted because you grew up going there, I guess.
Do you
Oh
know?
yeah,
Did you know Foscue from your time in the SEC?
does Foscue know LSU? We used to spank them, so yeah, he knows us. No, I'm just kidding. Foscue's a stud, man. Yeah, I did. I knew him from then, but I love playing those guys. And
Yeah,
Foscue hit a couple home runs against us too, I think.
that's like the. I mean, that's a big one. Both of those places are like college
That was
baseball.
like, yeah, we were always good friends with Mississippi State guys outside of when we played them, but it was fun.
Okay,
Oh
good.
man, and that SEC baseball is some great baseball. Oh my gosh,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
fantastic baseball. Okay, second round by the Yankees. He talked about that. How did you find out? Oh no, you didn't. You talked about on the trade when you got drafted. How did you find out you were drafted? Were you watching it? Were you online?
Yeah, so I always had heard like they're gonna call you beforehand to let you know. And so I didn't hear anything until I was watching on the TV and I saw my name got called and I was like, oh my God, like this is real. And then like immediately, like as my name was called, I heard Josh. Like as my name was called, my phone was ringing at the same time. And so I didn't even answer the phone. I just celebrated with my friends and family. I had a couple friends over, and it was a really special day.
Okay. And so then they called you, and that was it. So we talked about how you found out you were traded. We're going to get into something that was interesting. So right when you were traded to the Rangers, for those that don't know, so I'm going to do a little plug for you. Josh and his wife, Claire, have a little YouTube channel, and it's called Getting Smithy with It. And Kennedy Landry, who you knew from LSU, she's the MLB Texas Ranger beat writer, who knew you.
Yep.
Tweeted it out one day and said, you were, as us that cover the team, we saw it. And I said, well, what's this? It was kind of like a Netflix thing. I kind of got addicted, went back and watched some of this. One of the first videos I saw was really cool. It was the video when you got traded. Well, no, that was the second one. The first one I saw, and it's pretty interesting. It's the life of a newlywed couple in minor league baseball. And it was pretty, how did you guys come up with that idea?
Yeah, so my wife, she always really loved this one family on YouTube, who has nothing to do with baseball, honestly. And
The Holgersons?
so now it's the Ace family, so she's addicted to them. And she was like, I mean, why don't we do something like this? Like we have a unique lifestyle in our opinions, and not many people really know the behind the scenes of a baseball player or minor league player. And so for us to be able to show that to some of her fans, she has a lot of like very girly fans, like not very educated on baseball. And so she's laughing at me right now.
Well, she used to say hi.
Yeah, she'll come on in a sec. Oh, she has a hair mask in. I'm sorry. But and so we started doing that, just trying to honestly just spread the game a little bit, and then it was doing all right. The channel was getting by a little bit. We were making videos, having fun, and then I got traded, and it just like took off, and so that was really cool.
We had a whole new fan base come in on that. I found it fascinating. The trade episode was really cool. She was outside in the car, and I've been around Frisco, and you go out where you park out there, and you see the wives or whoever's around and out there, and it was very interesting. Now, I have a daughter that's y'all's age, so Jeff and I, social media is kind of. I tried to do a TikTok yesterday, my first whatever. I tagged you in it, by the way.
Oh, I gotta go check it out.
It was you coming on, then it was a clip from Monday, and then I was trying to make it funny, and I realized maybe I can't do that. My kids are all into this stuff.
It's hard, but once you go for it, man, that thing is addicting. It's addicting.
Well, now TikTok. Now, on the other hand, TikTok, you've got like 61,000 followers on. How did you get into that?
Yeah, so my wife is like, I guess you can say TikTok famous. So she's like about to be like 100K, and so she was doing it, and I was like, you know what? And she's getting all these opportunities and cool stuff, and getting to do things that we never got to do and stuff. And so I was like, you know what? There's not many minor league guys who do it. I'll get on it and start posting some cool stuff just to let people really know, like, instead of having a YouTube video where it's like, everything's real full time, just kind of short clips of it. And I was like, you know what, I'll do this and start showing some stuff. And then we've expanded to some other stuff and stuff. So it's been fun.
And guys, it's a lot of fun. It's all G-rated stuff. They're a newlywed couple. They get on there and they do newlywed couple things and fun stuff. The kids can watch it. Believe me, it's really cool and funny. And I enjoy it, and I didn't think I would. I'm one of these old fogies that go, what? But my kids are into it. I've got a 17-year-old son and a 15-year-old son. In fact, okay. I've got to tell this. TikTok, my kids watch TikTok, and they do all that, and they watch the videos and all of that. My daughter, me and Jeff have had on all kinds of major league players. We've had all the minor league players that were there with you Monday. For the first time ever, I called my daughter last night, and I said, look, I'm having this guy on. Josh Smith's going to be on our podcast. He is a big TikTok guy. He's got like 60. She's like, who is he? And so I said, how do I make one of these little videos to kind of put it out there? So she was like, he's got 60,000. I mean, she was.
That's hilarious.
So
that's funny.
So we put that on. Now Claire went and followed you all around last year, right? Because and I know that was kind of the deal. She drove down to Hickory after you were traded. I remember y'all packing up the hotel. You go get on a plane because they need you there. You take off. Same thing happened when you left Hickory for Frisco. She drove to Amarillo with one of the other wives. I mean, I've seen all the videos. I'm like
That's awesome.
I'm a
You're locked
YouTube
in.
guy. Yeah. So I've been watching all this stuff. Now, does she plan on this summer? Is she going? I know she's got some schools she's been talking about. Is she going to be coming out wherever you're going to be this summer?
Yeah, so she actually she got into dental school and was gonna go, and last second she couldn't. And I don't blame her, honestly. It would have been a lot for us to do dental school and traveling, so we wouldn't have got to see each other a lot. So she's actually full time working with social media brands and doing everything like that for a living, and she loves it, and so she gets to travel with me, and so she'll be with me all year, so that'll be fun.
Have you heard any way how for the first time your housing is going to be paid for? That's the new thing in the CBA. Is for young couples. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are old enough to be married. I have a daughter your age who's married. She's been married a year. Are the facilities, have you heard anything about what they'll do? Are they going to a place that y'all can stay together? Or are you going to get a stipend or something?
So I have heard that they're paying for our living, but on details, I actually really don't know much about it. I'm hoping, honestly, that'd be pretty cool and fun, but I'd be lying to you if I said I knew.
Okay. All right. We're getting down to a few more. So what do you do when you aren't playing baseball? Do you golf, hunt, fish, anything like that?
God, I wish I could golf, but I might even start trying to play right-handed. I'm so bad. I hunt. I do a lot of hunting. Or I say a lot. I hunt a little bit. Deer hunting. Hang out with my wife. We're big foodies, so we like to go eat at restaurants. Drink a lot of coffee. I'm really into like stocks and stuff like that, so I like following that. That's
follow
fun to
your
me,
investment portfolio.
yeah, exactly. So maybe follow it a little too much, but that's fun. I like real estate. I'm into real estate. I have some properties back home, and so I keep up with all that stuff too.
That's what I do for a living.
Josh,
there you go.
If baseball wasn't going to work out, what were you going to do?
Pray my wife gets more TikTok famous so I don't have to work. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Honestly, if I think for me, one would either be real estate, but I love the game so much, I would love to coach or something like that.
Sure.
Be something like that. Well, you segued into this perfectly. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food. So my wife thinks it's funny, but I love a good cheeseburger, man. Just a good prime cheeseburger.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Claire, there's nothing wrong with that.
Simple.
Claire,
Simple.
leave him alone. There's nothing wrong with a good cheeseburger.
Not at all. Not at all.
You got a spot in Houston where you go get a burger?
There's a place actually right by our apartment. It's called the Burger Joint. I had it for the first time the other day, and it was really good.
You give it a thumbs up.
Honestly, I do, but I think the best burger, and I'm really not lying, I make the best burger. That's my brag for this show. I make the best burger.
There you go.
Dude, that's
so, yeah,
awesome.
It's an animal style burger, but I can do it pretty well.
From deer meat or something like that, or some?
No, just
like
ground,
In-N-Out, right?
just grounded from just.
Okay,
15% fat.
I know that Claire's there, so I might not get the answer I want here. So, what is your favorite home cooked meal, and who cooks it?
Ooh.
Well, I mean, it says burger.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Josh Smith cheeseburger.
That is a good one. Non-burger. Actually, I've been starting to make gumbo a lot. I've been making gumbo, and I make a crawfish etouffee. That's pretty good. So that's my Louisiana roots coming in a little bit.
Yeah, it's in your blood.
Oh,
right?
and she just yelled from the back, pastelaya. So those are my three favorite. Honestly, I love.
Does she make the pastelaya, or is that all? Are you the cook?
No, we both cook. So I make all of those, like those types, but she does a lot of daily cooking. Like she just made tacos. She stir fry. She can actually really cook. She makes what's it called? The spinach what? Your cream spinach? I don't know. She makes some cream spinach that's really good. She can cook.
That sounds really good.
Yeah,
cream.
She can cook.
Anything at cream. Give me a cream.
Oh God, you gotta,
throw some cheese in there and it's good.
Oh, dude, I'm right there. You can't see. You saw me yesterday. I'm a fat guy. I'm losing weight though, so I'm doing better. So we're doing okay. We're gonna play a thing. I play it with all the guys that play out in the field. It's called the home run game. You're gonna talk about 3 home runs. First one, Very first home run you ever hit over a fence. How old were you and where was it?
I was 13 years old. It was in South Haven, Mississippi, against the Arkansas Mallards. It
Okay.
was we were down by one, hit it to tie the game. We ended up losing, but it was best day of my life.
Did you pull it down the line or what'd you do? Turn on
I
it?
hit it to center field, actually.
Center field. Okay.
Yeah.
Second one. The most exciting one was, did you ever have a walk-off in college, high school? The biggest one that was the biggest impact one you had?
So my biggest,
If you got a couple, you can name them. That's all right.
yeah, I had one as a freshman in Omaha against Oregon State. That was a good one. But my actual favorite one is there's a cool video on it too. You'll have to try to go find it. I can't find it anywhere, but it was against Ole Miss. So we were down by 6 with 2 outs, nobody on. We ended up coming back. We hit a home run, another home run, and then I came up, and so I hit another home run to tie it. So I went back to back to back to tie it, and then we ended up losing.
Oh.
I know it was like a storybook ending, and then we blew it.
Okay, last home run, the bomb. Which one is the bomb? Which one did you hit? The moment you barreled it, you went, oh my goodness, I got it. And how far you think it went?
Yeah. Probably that one, actually. The one
Really?
in college. Yeah. That was a good one. Also the one I hit in Omaha was 2 of the ones right when I hit it, I was like, those are gone. But in pro ball, I hit a couple early and Tampa this past year that were hit pretty well.
Hit pretty well. What distance?
Yeah.
To get 400?
I actually hit one. I don't know if this is beefed up a little bit, but I hit one in Amarillo. I think it was like, now the ball flies here, so I don't know if it's real or not, but I think it was like 462 or something like that.
Wow. Okay. Was that up there during the last series or was it just earlier in the
year? It was like 2 weeks before that. So ball flies there. I hit 3 home runs in AA and they were all there.
But yeah, 460 feet. Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're up there or not. That was going to be gone.
Did you win the game? Because your first 2 you lost.
I think we did win those.
All right.
I think we did. Yeah. All right. We did.
Okay. Last one. This is the last question. Then we're going to let you get out of here. Now, this is a fun one. And Jeff, I always have a great example of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Brock Burke?
I do not.
You know the name?
Brock Burke.
He is a pitcher in your organization. And I asked him this question. He's a pitcher. He's
okay. I'm still learning. No, a lot of names.
Yeah, he didn't last year. I think
he was in AAA.
He was in AAA last year. So
okay.
When I asked him this question, he's had by far the funniest, the best, and you can't use TikTok or YouTube as your answer. What is something that nobody knows about you? Brock Burke is a sleepwalker. And if you go ask anybody that's ever roomed with him, they will tell you historical stories about middle of the night out on the road, and he gets up and starts punching pillows and screaming at people, and it scared the crud out of him.
Man, yeah,
it doesn't have to be that crazy, but what is something that nobody knows about Josh Smith?
Something that nobody knows about me. Can you help me out on this one a little bit? Oh my gosh. No. Man. Something that nobody knows about me. Oh, easily. I would love to be a singer. Like, I would love more than anything to be the lead singer of a band.
Oh my God. Clara just cackled hysterically in the background. That was funny.
Yeah, that would, I
don't know if that's
like, I would do anything to be a singer in a lead band or like a stud movie actor.
Wow, that's very cool. I've done a little acting myself, but that's
what kind of music are you looking? Any kind of music?
Like an alternative type music, like Coldplay or something like that.
Gotcha.
Now you can sing, I guess.
A little, like a little bit, not much, but I couldn't sing for you guys on here. I'm not too comfortable. Claire, you think I can sing a little bit? She said, please don't.
We're not going to ask you.
Yeah. That's hysterical. Good. Well, Josh, anything else, Jeff?
No.
No.
looking forward to spring training and then
Yeah.
getting a chance to watch you play a little bit and then see where everything falls.
Yeah, there's no doubt you'll probably be in Frisco when this thing starts, and I get out to a lot of those. I'll be at the big league level when you get there. Spring training, Jeff will be out for sure. I'm trying to get out there for some of it, and we'll run into you out there and say hello.
Right.
But man, I really appreciate you coming on, Josh.
Absolutely. Thank you guys both for having me. This is really, really fun and good to meet you guys.